estate decisions feel hard for a lot of people, but not because real estate is impossible. They typically feel hard because most people are trying to make too many decisions at the same time and outside of a clear framework. My name is Kyle Powers with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty, and this is the Clear Path Home. This series is about helping people think clearly before real estate decisions get heavy. Not market noise, not pressure, just clarity on all things real estate. Most people don't need more options, they need fewer decisions made in the right order. And when order gets mixed up, everything starts to feel overwhelming, and that's where stress comes from. Here's the first reason that real estate feels harder than it should. Everyone tries to make all the decisions all at once, all at the same time. They're thinking about price, they're thinking about timing, location, financing, competition, strategy, everything, just all at once. And I'll tell you, that creates such a decision overload. And if you've never heard of decision fatigue, it's a real thing on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And I've seen it over and over and over again where that stress creates urgency or lack of care. And I've seen it too many times where I literally today, I had a seller tell me, he says, Kyle, I'm over it and I'm done. I don't care what they ask for. I want this house closed out. So thankfully they didn't come back and say anything, but that decision fatigue is a real thing. And I think that's what happens for a lot of people is they create that urgency. And that urgency leads to rushed or frozen decisions, meaning they're not making any decisions, and that's never a good spot to be. So real estate doesn't feel hard because it's complex. It feels hard because decisions aren't sequenced. And I talk about that a lot, being within our framework and in the right sequence. So when decisions aren't made in the right order, even good options can feel wrong. The second big reason that people feel stuck is that most people think that they're afraid of risk. They usually are not, though. I can tell you that by being around this for so many years. Typically, it's uncertainty. They're typically afraid of uncertainty. Uncertainty is not danger. Uncertainty is missing information, right? And that's the crazy part about it. I've seen it so many times, even in my own self. I see it where it's like, okay, I feel uneasy. I feel like I don't want to make that. I feel anxious. That's where that comes from, is because I don't have enough information. As soon as I have the information, as soon as I understand where I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, and all that stuff, everything starts to calm down a little bit. So I've really realized that, and I want people to understand that. Risk is something that you can evaluate. Uncertainty is something that you can reduce. But when uncertainty isn't addressed, it gets mistaken for risk, right? And people either panic or they avoid making decisions altogether. And when people shut down in this business, you start losing houses, you start making bad decisions, you start saying, like I just said, that F it, whatever they ask for, get it done. That's when that stuff doesn't happen, right? That's where I'm here to help, and I want to make sure that we get people in there, that you're making clear-headed, right decisions, or at least having a good sounding board where we're talking you down. That's why people start saying things like, what if we're wrong? Or what if it's the worst time? Or what if something better comes along? Those what if games are horrible in life and they're horrible in real estate, right? The what if game is the worst game that you can actually play in anything, for that matter, because you don't know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of life, right? We don't know what's going to happen next. So those aren't fear-based questions. They're just clarity gaps, right? And so if you can have that clear decision making, that clear framework on what you need or what you're looking to accomplish, that's when that stuff starts to disappear. And principle number 3 is pressure is a signal, not a requirement. This part matters a lot, you guys. Pressure shows up constantly in real estate. Deadlines, competition, outside opinions, market headlines. You're always scared of the rates are changing or this and that and da-da-da. My dad says this, my grandpa says this, but I want this, right? There's all these outside emotions and outside opinions and everything else that comes with that. So most people assume that pressure means that they need to move faster, 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 faster. It usually means the opposite. If you start to feel that pressure is a signal that is saying that something hasn't been clarified yet, right? So if it's an inspection, if it's a roof, or if it's a sewer line, or if it's whatever may come up, whatever big thing may come up, I promise you, number one, I've been through it, I can help you through it. Number two is that you just haven't had that clarification on that yet. So when people feel rushed, it's almost always because decisions are out of order, information is incomplete, or there are too many voices are involved. And I'm not saying that you can't bring your mom or dad or brother or sister or my cousin's cousin who's a real estate agent. Go talk to them. That's totally fine. Have those conversations. I welcome them. I stand behind what I say on decisions and things, but the best real estate decisions should not feel rushed. And I will never be that person that rushes you through that. They should feel calm. Calm decisions tend to be better, and they tend to age better as time goes on. So not making those emotional decisions, not having those things in your ear are things that you really want to do. So you're buying this house for you, you're buying it for your family, whatever that looks like. You're buying it because you feel like it's the right decision. And I'll promise you, I'll tell you if it's the right decision or not. I've told too many people in my days that I don't think should buy a house, and I tell them, like, hey, is this really where you want to be? Is this really the thing that you want to do? It's a decision that you need to make with you and your family. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or stuck right now, that doesn't mean that you're bad at this, okay? It usually just means that things need to slow down and be clarified. And helping people do exactly this is a big part of what I provide for my clientele and what I want to do to help people when they're buying a real estate. So as always, I'll give my phone number and my email at the end of this video, and you guys, I want you to reach out to me. That's the most I can ask you to do, is just reach out, ask the questions, because I want to be here to help you guys out. So when you step back, real estate starts to feel hard when you have too many decisions that are made at once, right? Let's break that down. Let's start making those simple decisions. Uncertainty gets mistaken for risk, right? When you don't have that clear vision of what's happening or what you need to be doing next or what that looks like, we want to make sure that you have a very clear process or a very clear picture of what you need to do. Or the last one is that pressure is mistaken for urgency. You guys, the faster you move in real estate is not always the best. Now, if you're prepared and ready to go and you're good, then we can move very fast. Sometimes to get a house there, but those are those conversations that we have. And those don't feel stressed because they can happen quickly because you've prepared for that moment, right? Real estate doesn't have to feel heavy. All it typically needs is just a little bit of structure. And that's what I'm trying to do with this Clear Path Home series. So if you like this, please follow along with us. Again, this is episode 2 of the series. We have a whole lot more to go here, but just follow along. And if you have any questions, I urge you to please reach out. Obviously, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you on that one. If you don't want to put it in the comments below, reach out to me. My personal cell phone number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. You guys, what I will tell you so many times over is that I have helped so many people get through that process, and I've helped so many people get themselves out of a bad position that they put themselves in because they didn't call and ask those questions up front. They didn't know about specials. They got blindsided by somebody who had a house that they were looking at, or didn't have contractors like they thought they would, or the list goes on, you guys. And I'm literally working through people right now that got blindsided by a contractor. So I want to help. And a lot of those people, I didn't help them with the first time, right? But they finally came to me the second time around and I got them taken care of. But I want to know how I can help you guys. I want to know that you guys are taken care of, and I want to make sure that you are making the right decision. So as always, please reach out to me. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to continue to see you guys. That way you get notified of any future content that we have dropping out. Share this video, share this series with anybody that you may know that might be interested in something like this. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Next week, we do have our next episode will be a talk about how good real estate decisions are actually made. So I hope that you are here next time, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching.